Hello, hello. This message is going to be for my Leo people. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'll be doing a general reading again for my Leo people. Now, know that energy is fluid, so roles may be reversed. You may have to flip it, switch it, twist it, interpret the message as it best resonates for you. Also, know I could be telling you something that did happen, is happening in the present moment, or will happen in the future. If it's something that did happen in the past, definitely look at it, because know that that energy could be what's affecting your energy in the present moment or will affect your energy in the future. Okay. Now, again, anything that you need to know about this channel you can find in the description box, such as how to find my Patreon links, how to book a personal reading, how to follow me on social media. Okay. Now, if you're new to this channel and you want to participate in my psychic reading giveaway, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word healer in your comment bar. Now, for those of you that have written the word healer in your comment bar, and maybe you don't know whether I called your name or not, all you need to do is go back to your comment and look underneath your comment to see whether I replied back to you, winner. If I did, write winner, again with some like little icons of medals. All you need to do is, again, email me at pureenergyhealer70@gmail.com so we can set up a time to do your live stream free psychic reading. Now, again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I will be giving a lot of giveaways. I actually have my own psychic soul healing oracle system that I will be giving away some decks and be giving away a lot of different prizes, and giving a lot of educational courses on healing the effects of psychological trauma. Now, for those, again, that are new to this channel, I always start my readings off using the Psychic Soul Healer deck, because that's going to let us look at the karmic blocks, the spiritual themes that are happening within your situation right now, okay? Then I look at the other layers of your situation, like what's happening like in the physical realm, how it's playing out within your relationship, what you may need to do to heal it, what can happen, that kind of stuff. So we look at the reading through a lot of different, we look at your situation, I should say, through a lot of different perceptions. And that allows us to make better choices. That allows us to avoid certain karmic situations that are gonna like hurt us or set us back in some way, because it's all about healing, and karma is all about learn. So when we learn how to deal with the situation differently, we evolve. It expands consciousness, and that's why we want to do a spiritual reading first, because a lot of times we might not like what unfolds within a reading. So if we can actually shape shift what's going to happen by changing what we do based on what spiritually is happening, we're able to transmute negative energy. We're able to see a different outcome, and that's very healing for us. That's why I like to do it that way. We don't have control over what other people do, but we do have control over what we do and how we choose to see a situation, and again, how we're going to handle it. And that is transformational and powerful on every level. Okay, again, this message is going to be for my Leo people. First card out is the gift of style. So the gift of style is all about your unique individuality. It's about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself. And we create ourselves by where we're putting our time, our energy, our focus, and our money, right? Again, it's where we put our resources that grows. And so this is talking about that, Leo, you're in your passion right now of doing what you love to do, but you're finding your style. You, again, are not 100% there yet, because it's an unfoldment process. So it's almost like you're on your spiritual journey. again, in our spiritual journey is usually our spiritual path that brings us to why we've incarnated in the physical realm. How how are you going to contribute to humanity? How do you give and receive of love? Again, money has no energy except for the energy you give it. It's again known like to be a high vibration when we are abundant, right? And we are only abundant, truly abundant, when we are again get contributing to humanity, to giving back, becoming love. And so we don't exactly know how to do what we're setting out to do. We have an idea of what we want to do, but it's again, it's an actual unfoldment process on how we do it. So this is the energy. This is where you are right now, Leo. And it's to raise your, I don't think just your consciousness, because again, that this will raise your consciousness, because when you're creating yourself, it pushes you, and it pushes you to persevere. It pushes you to overcome obstacles. It really shows you who you are. Well, I also believe this, the reason why you're again contributing all this time and energy and focus into your gift of style, into creating yourself, is for monetary reasons, to raise not just your level of consciousness, but maybe to raise the class, economic class that you're in. And because when I see elitist, it's like, well, you know, elite people are they belong to certain groups and classes, and when we think of elite, it's special. It's it's I think of money. I think of people that have a lot of money, and it's like only the elite people can sit at this table, get these perks, and it's because they've paid a lot of money. It's because people in society see them this way due to, again, the jobs that they have, how they're contributing to humanity. And this is, again, what you're working on. So this reading right now is all about you creating yourself to, again, to get more financial abundance, and also to be better rooted within society as a whole, like how you're contributing to humanity. What is your place? Like, who are you? Like your individuality. What makes you you? A lot of times that's through our path. That's through, again, our gift of style. Because, again, our gift of style is our passion. And everything that's connected to that passion is somehow we relate to it, and that's part of, again, what makes up our energy. So and it's all to release fear and ancestral karma. So again, you might have grown up in an environment, I feel like, for many of you Leos, and that was a very codependent one, where maybe one parent didn't really have a job, didn't really have, and I feel like maybe your other parent had a job, but it wasn't their soul's path. It was a job just to make money. So then what happens is if we go out and we just get a job for money, then the thought of money means that I have to go and do something that I don't like, or that money is hard to come by, or that I have to work really hard and do, as I just said, something that I don't want to do. So then we begin to associate money with that, which is not very positive. So when we're releasing fear and ancestral karma, what this is saying is releasing the fear around money and around why we're actually here and how we see ourselves. Again, we can see ourselves as defective. We can see ourselves as not belonging and not fitting into society if we don't know who we are. And a lot of who we are is based on what we do. And so we can have an idea of what we do and not do it very well. So what this is saying is you're in a place of cultivating it so you do well, and you will know that you do well by the financial abundance that comes into play. But again, it's going to raise your level, your economic status, I should say. Okay, so this is your energy right now. So, which is very positive because, you can't love anyone if you feel defective in an area in your life. It means that you need to work on yourself in order to see that you can be abundant. Otherwise, you're going to look for someone else to bring you that abundance. And what's going to happen is they usually take from you instead of bringing you abundance. What happens is lack, because we become codependent on that. There's a sense of, I don't believe I could do it, so I'm going to rely on you because I see that you could do it. But then that means that person's relying on you for something, and that's not an equal relationship. You don't want someone to like rely and need it. That's codependent. It's again aggressive, and then that would happen. It's again, I feel like you got to a point within like your relationship where it made you aggressive because this person wasn't really giving you enough. And that happens. If we feel a lack, how it will manifest a lot of times in our relationship is the fact that they give us less. And that creates a lot of emotional turbulence. Again, it makes us aggressive in the fact of like we might be a little manipulative. We might be a little bit like, again, like feel anger because person isn't giving us. So what this is saying is that you channel the energy into yourself because you grew up in an environment that there was ancestral karma in the fact around money, and the fact that both parents might have not developed enough who they were, and they were codependent, and because of that there was a lot of aggressive behavior on both parties. Again, aggressive is like controlling, right? It's dominant. And that's not what love is. It's hard to not be in that energy of aggressive and controlling when our partner isn't doing what we want them to do. But what this is saying is you most likely looked and saw what they weren't doing, and then you said, well, I'm going to do it for myself. And that's the only way to transmute that aggressive energy. So that's where you are right now. So this doesn't mean that this isn't a love reading. It's again the person that was in your life that made you put the energy into yourself was actually the catalyst for you to heal. Again, to find the magical realism. Magical realism is the fact that money has no energy except for the energy you're giving it. And so when we see the magic in our everyday life, we see the signs and the synchronicities. We're co-creating with God and everyone in the universe to, again, for self-transformation, right? Again, we're growing ourselves, and we grow ourselves by investing in ourselves and through, again, finding our own gift of style. The gift of style, again, in the Bible, it says no one can take what's yours. And the reason why is because what's yours is an unfoldment process as you're creating yourself. No one can copy that. They might be able to copy pieces of it or parts of it, but they can't copy your full gift of style because you don't even know what that is yourself. It's based on the magical realism of your intuition calling to the things that you're noticing within your environment that resonate with you, and they don't really resonate with other people, and other people's intuition doesn't work the same way that yours does, and your spirit is not going to call to you the same thing that it will call to other people, their spirit. It's again, one size doesn't fit all. So this is about, again, really finding yourself and loving yourself at this point, again, and finding the magic in the everyday experience in creating yourself in order to let go of this aggressive energy of needing to control So let's see what pushed you into this mode of, again, just pouring love into yourself, into your gift style, into finding yourself. Aside from, again, releasing the fear and ancestor of karma, and that could be like, again, watching parents not really be in a successful relationship, maybe growing up with one parent and watching them struggle in their relationship and not wanting to experience that, and realizing that the moment that you feel like you need to control your relationship, that you need to, again, let go of that and put the energy more into yourself. Have a love affair with yourself to see the magic in your everyday. That's going to, again, be what raises your consciousness about how you view yourself, not just your financial status, but really how you view yourself. That's what this is saying right here, Leo. But we want to see what actually transpired between you and your person, because this is the spiritual energy. What transpired between you and them? Okay, Three of Cups celebration. So things started off good. Again, happiness, time to celebrate and enjoy. The hard times are over. Celebration with family and friends. So it's, again, it's where you are. Card out, card down. Okay, so death. So it's, again, it was the death of, again, death of something, again, that renewed. So maybe, again, Three of Cups celebration. As soon as it started, it ended. Is how I'm reading that. There was a sense of something that came together, that it was very, again, everybody was happy, and then it just abruptly ended. Like as soon as it started, you saw that card fell out. Like as soon as I felt that. So it's like, that's what that's telling me. Yeah. And so, and this affected your emotional strength, again, because when we're thinking strength, it's the tenderness, the softness, it's the internal strength. So this started off great and it was a good bond, and then what happened was like a good connection of some sort, maybe, again, your soulmate, twin flame, a person that you're connected to, and then for whatever reason it abruptly ended, and then strength was upside down. That affected you, made you emotional, and due to that is why you put the energy into yourself, I'm assuming, because it's like this person was, I said that they wanted it. Yeah, Ace of Cups, emotional growth. You needed to heal yourself after that. So again, this person wasn't giving you, and they didn't explain why, they just ended it, which made you like go internal, pull out like your own internal resources to call for strength again, because when we go through an emotional upheaval like that, when we're really happy and feel connected and everything's great and things just stop for no reason and they end, it affects us. So you could either sit there, Leo, and be miserable, or you could put the energy into yourself. And what they chose here is you put the energy into yourself, because Ace of Cups is emotional growth. We usually get that emotional growth through investing in ourselves and really seeing what we're made of. Again, seeing what we can create and seeing what we're made of. We see what we create because we're putting energy towards, again, ourselves, things that are going to grow us, things that we're interested in, things that are going to fill us emotionally. And that also gives us internal strength, that we're actually looking at ourselves differently, saying, well, I didn't fall for that. That makes us feel better about ourselves. So there was, even though this was sad and bad that happened, again, how the person handled it, they just, again, dropped off. It really made you level up for yourself. It's, again, yeah, Nine of Swords reverse. So I believe at one point it was like you were worried, you were upset, it did affect you. And now I don't really feel like it's affecting you. I feel like it's affecting the person that you're connected to, because they expected once they dropped out that you were going to possibly chase after them And what they see is that you didn't, that you, again, don't need them, that emotionally you're okay. And now they're upset. Nine of Swords. So now they're more or less like worried about it, worried about this connection. It's like, yeah, Nine of Cups almost seems like you're okay, like you're satisfied. Because I also believe for a long time your person acted like they were satisfied, that even though they dropped off, that they were okay living the life that they lived. And I don't really believe that they were. I believe that they were in a very Nine of Swords energy of worrying, just not expressing how they feel. Again, yeah, Ace of Pentacles opportunities. So I believe that they had many an opportunity to come and rectify this and fix this, and they didn't. And this is another reason why you put the energy into yourself, because this person, again, like played a lot of games. Person played a lot of games. It's again a Queen of Swords. So I believe that you cut it off in a roundabout way. I don't believe that you created fireworks, but I believe that you just cut your energy off, put the energy towards yourself. And because you did, your life is expanding. Let's see what the hidden truth is with this person, because we can actually see what they did. They, everything was great. It started off like they really wanted it, and then it's again, they just dropped off. Then you put your energy into yourself, and because they weren't really giving an opportunity, then they were playing games, acting like everything was fine, very typical. It's again, usually when they are non-committal or have someone else in their energy field. But let's look and see what the hidden truths are between you and this person. I replay our conversations over and over again. So I believe that, again, this affected them, but they're not saying it. They played a lot of games. They showed that they wanted to show that they weren't really affected by it. And then they saw that you didn't really care, that you put the energy into yourself. And I think that you did care, but you were going to be damned if you were going to show it. So this person now is in a place of seeing that it's over, and they're like trying to figure things out. They're almost like confused. I almost feel like this person isn't used to of like people standing up for themselves, almost like they're used to giving very little and figuring it out, and they having the other person sit there and wait for them to figure it out and give to them. And I don't believe that that's what you did. What you did was you said, okay, you don't know what you want, I'm going to put the energy into myself, peace out. Now the person is like replaying the conversations over and over in their mind, and also looking back and seeing that everything that they did, that they just kind of dropped out, that they again didn't really do anything, didn't really give any opportunity to fix it. They had many an opportunity to fix it, kind of acted like a jerk. They acted like they weren't affected by it, and now that it's almost over, they're replaying all the conversations in their mind. And I believe because they thought that they were going to emotionally manipulate you into you caving and giving to them, while they were in a place of uncertainty, in a place of being unavailable, which you're like, no, I grew up in a one-sided relationship. My fear is to be with someone that, again, doesn't give. I grew up around that. I'm not, again, going to like live that life also, and what I grew up in. So again, this triggered this person because there is a soul relationship here. It's just person wasn't giving anything. Okay, I want you. Now they realize that they want you. It's again, they didn't act like it though. They acted like they didn't care. Now, how do you feel about them? Want to know how you feel about them after all this? You came closer than anyone. So I feel like, again, this sense of like you guys feel like that they came close. Again, you really let this person in. I really think that you thought that this person was the one. And how are you still feeling towards them? I lost myself for a little while. I believe again in the fact that they weren't being open to with you in the beginning. You again did lose yourself in them, but that's what made you again inevitably put your energy into yourself. So it's not really saying how you feel about this person. Let's use a different deck to see exactly like what how you feel, because I feel like again that this relationship made you look at yourself a lot, made you change. But how do you feel about this person? It's not very clear. And mainly because I feel like you're healing, Leo, like you're healing yourself. But this relationship has really made you look at yourself. Passion, I feel our passion is gone, and many things frustrate me about you. So it's again, yeah, this person, so that's very would be a natural response that this person didn't give, and now all of a sudden they want you, and they again want to put the time and effort in, but everything that they did they didn't. And I feel like there's part of the thing is it's like, yeah, there's passion, there would be passion, but this person like destroyed it due to trust issues. And I also feel like that it frustrates you that that it had to be pushed to the fact that now it's over. So now that it's over, now you're going to come back. You pushed it to this point. So you weren't willing to come into the relationship. Good. You created a lot of issues to the point that I put all this time, all this energy, all this focus into myself, created a life for myself that's damn good. And now you're coming in. So there's almost a sense of fear. And there's a sense of fear, and there's a sense of being angry over it, because it's like, why did you put me through this? And this is again goes back to needing to surrender, because abandonment is really there when this person dropped out. It's like, so it's like you're looking at them differently, and there's a sense of really wanting to trust this person and love this person, but they did all that, and I don't know whether you can move past that, to be honest with you, because right now there's anger. It's again, I feel like I ruined everything, so I feel like that's more like your person feels like they ruined everything. And I feel like you won't go along with everything either. So you're like, I will ruin everything also, because I am not just going to go along with this unless you come back correct, unless you come back the right way. There's a lot of hurt here. There's a lot of like, again, you just left, didn't again, acted like everything was fine, and I lost myself. And now I feel like you're Leo coming out of the like not being lost anymore. You put your energy into yourself, that grew, that was very emotionally fulfilling for you. So to have this person all of a sudden come back into your life and be like, now I want it to work, there's all these feelings. And part of the feelings are, well, I did a lot of healing because of you, but there's still all this. So let's look at the triggers between you and them. I'm just going to pull one for each. One for them is again, and I don't know which way it's going to come out. Sometimes it's going to say, okay, it was meant for you, but sometimes it really resonates more for the other person. So this is assumptions. I felt attacked by the constant need to assume what I was doing or saying. I hit my limits. So it's again, when there's a lack of trust, and I feel like if your person is not communicating to you, you're going to assume a lot of things. And this person always needs to like prove themselves, which would be tiresome, because it's like, I don't feel like I could be myself. I feel like I'm continually being judged and walking on eggshells. But the truth of the matter is, they didn't give. And because they didn't give and they weren't open, there is a sense of you wanting to communicate with this person to know where you stand. But the moment that it gets like this is it's almost like this person drops out, acts like it's something that you did when really they weren't giving a lot. They've acted like they can be fine without you. Meanwhile, they're like up at night and they're like upset about it now and went through it, but it's almost like delayed. But they, again, you have assumptions on the fact that this person isn't giving. So it's, again, it's going to, trigger you. And this person has assumptions like, now you think I'm continually doing something that I'm not doing, and I'm tired of proving myself. But they created it. So the truth of the matter is, they should, the problem is what it's been all along, which is you always have to get your emotional fulfillment from outside things. This person can't give it, is what this is saying to me. That, yeah, they have feelings for you, but the reason why you're never on the same page is because it's, again, this person doesn't realize that if it's, again, making you question things, it's because they're not making you feel safe. And it's triggering them because it makes them see that you don't really trust them. Again, displaced, I felt out of place and a sense of not belonging. Again, yeah, the person wasn't making you feel, again, like you were important, which is the whole reason why this happened. Again, you feel, again, like not wanted, and this person is like, I'm tired of you assuming, but they didn't change their actions, which is what made you go out and find yourself. So let's look at the messages that they just want to have before I close out. Like, what would they want to tell you at this time? Again, because understand there is love there is caring there, but it's, again, the way that it plays out in this story is more like, again, a power struggle of, I don't want to give you that emotional support because maybe I don't know how to. So that's might be what you need to clear, like, and release fear of ancestral karma. You trying to marry someone that is not capable, or be in a relationship with someone that's emotionally not capable? Are you okay being in a relationship with someone that emotionally is not mature? Are you okay getting that emotional support from outside things? If you always feel like you need to get it from outside things, over time you're going to be resentful, especially if this person feels like it's okay and then is going to twist things around and be like, I'm tired of you assuming, when meanwhile they're not making you feel comfortable. And where you continually have to, like, again, it wears away on your emotional strength. That's really what it does. But this person had sleepless nights and does care when there was separation, but are they smart enough? Are they willing to surrender their ego to change? Let's see what the soulmate twin flame message is for you, Leo. Let's see. Okay, I'm confused about our relationship. I lie awake at night stressed about us and if it will work out. And that's, again, because this person is not very emotionally smart, and they know that that's something that you need. And you're constantly bogging heads, and they also can see that you're putting the energy into yourself, and that's actually growing. Eventually, that's going to take you away from them. So they also know that they have to change, that they want to change. I want to pull from this deck one last card before I close out and see what any more spiritual messages are. We're going to pull from meaning. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So this is all about surrender. This is all about, like, accepting each other for, again, what each other can do. Know that you may feel like this person emotionally doesn't give you enough, but if you love them, you're going to learn how to deal with it, get your emotional needs taken care of from outside things, and know that they love you, that it's not based on what you believe love is, meaning we all have our own love language, right? So you may be someone that needs to be told it, again, talking, where this person is more of a doer and a shower. So trusting the fact that this person loves you might mean understanding what their love language is, and not demanding that they show you that they love you through your love language. It's all about compromising a lot of times. I know I said one more, but I have these twin flame cards that are just calling my name, and I feel like, let's see if there's anything else, because we see like person's confused and that there's a lack of trust here, right? Which is why the person is laying awake at night, because it's like creating a lot of fears of abandonment. Like, we still don't know whether this relationship is going to work out or not. And two fell out, and we're going to take these two, because what's an extra minute, right? So I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We are becoming one again. So, which is what I felt. I felt like there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of trust, but there's so much turmoil. Like, I can also feel like both parties don't want to let this go. And when both parties don't want to let go, that unconditional love, we find a way to work together. And this is, I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true, and I pull away in fear. So this explains the confusion about the relationship. And the confusion is that your person doesn't think the way that you think. They don't express love the way that you express love. You have two totally different love languages. You both express yourselves differently, think differently. So it's almost like you both have to find balance. And so how you're finding it is, there's a lot of triggers, there's a lot of wounding, there's a lot of like, hey, like, you think that I need to act this way, you're always assuming I'm like this. Oh, now I feel like I ruined everything. I feel like, the passion is gone because I'm angry. It's all these different emotions and feelings that have gone on, and really a lack of emotional fulfillment on, like, the person, on your part, because your person wasn't able to give it, but it made you go out and give it. And what you realized, and what this person realized, is that your person doesn't show you that love and that emotion, not because they don't love you, but because they, again, are terrified. They don't know how to express themselves emotionally. And what you just see is that it doesn't really matter. What you both see is that even though there's all this, again, spiritual wounding, where you're both triggering each other, because, again, love language is different. And even though you had to go out and find your emotional growth, I believe that that was your spiritual lesson, to realize that no one is supposed to fill your cup. You are supposed to fill your cup. That cup of yours becomes so overflown from everything that you're doing for yourself, that the person that comes into your life gets what is overflowing from your cup. They're never getting from your cup. So they're never giving you anything that's in that cup. They're contributing to your life, but they are not, again, the cup. And this is what you're realizing, because this is what unconditional love is. It's like, wait a minute, like, you just dropped out, you did a lot of things where really I shouldn't love you, you didn't treat me well, again, and then you acted like everything was fine. But the whole time I'm feeling like you still care. And there's a lot of, again, there's a power struggle going on here. But it's, again, making your person go up in their head and really play the conversations in their head over and over and over again. And, both parties want to release the fear and family karma again of these bad relationships, family dysfunctions within like the marriages. So both parties don't want to bring that into their life. And really, what I believe that you learn, Leo, is that you lost yourself in this person because of all their actions of, and again, and not really being able to show how they feel, but you put that energy into yourself, which filled you emotionally. And then that gave the time and the space for both of you to realize, wow, what this is your person is just really afraid. It's again, and that's why they pull away. And if you can't react, you need to put your emotional energy into yourself, because while this relationship is new, they may pull back a lot again, or certain times because they're triggered. But the fact that there is love there, they'll always come back. And that's what you both realize, is that it doesn't matter. Through the highs and lows, there is unconditional love. And so if you're patient, it will work out. Now, this is a typical soulmate twin flame relationship. It's a difficult one because this person, again, doesn't want to show their feelings, didn't know how to show their feelings for a number of reasons. It didn't really say why. I'm assuming from bad relationships. And you put your time and your energy into yourself, and that really gave you that emotional fulfillment. But again, that's why I said at the end of the day, what you learned is that you can be with this person, is but you have to shift your perception and what you believe that they need to do for you, and how this relationship can work. Really, all you needed to do was put the energy into yourself and become that high vibration of love. That is enough, as I said, to make your person come back. Now, if you resonated with this, Leo, give me a like, comment the word healer, subscribe to the channel, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.